Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for clicking on another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I created this sunset inspired makeup look. I really love how it turned out and I hope you do too. I started off with a little skincare. This is a Korean beauty mask I picked up from Bed Bath & Beyond. This leaves a nice slight shimmer on the face and left my skin feeling hydrated. I took my Rejuvinique oil and applied 3 drops to my face. This is a wonderful product to help smooth the foundation out as well as hydrate. Next, I took my Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector and applied this to the areas on my face that have larger pores and tend to get oily. I went to Sephora and picked up a sample of the Dior Forever foundation in the shade 2.5N. I found this to look okay at first, but it did start to oxidize as it dried down and picked up a little slight tinge of orange. The woman there matched my foundation and said that it was the perfect match, but as always, when I put it on my face, it just does not match up 100%, but that's okay. We made do. I applied 2 layers to build up the coverage to the full potential that I wanted it, and blended this with my flat kabuki brush. I then took my ColourPop No Filter Concealer and applied this under the eyes and to all the areas that I'd like to highlight on my face. This is in the shade Light 16. Now I'm taking my Flower Setting Powder in Translucent from Beauty Bakery and applying this with a dry beauty blender underneath the eyes. You want to make sure that you smooth out any crease lines before putting powder on top, because once you set it, you won't be able to blend it out after that. Now I'm going to take the powder and use that to carve out my jawline and the highlight area below where I'm going to bronze and contour. And now I'm blending out the creases on my lid and using the excess powder from the sponge to set the lid. Taking the James Charles palette, I'm going to dip into my first shade, which is the shade Punch Me. I'm going to apply this to the crease and blend that up toward the brow. This will provide a nice warm base to blend into. Next, I'm going to take the shade Spooky and apply this to my brows. Jumping back into the color, I'm going to grab the color Escape and apply this on the outer corner. I'm starting with a very small amount to diffuse that into the transition shade, and then I'm going to pack the color on and build it up from there. I'm focusing the majority of the color on the outer corner and just blending that slightly up into the crease. Next, I'm going to take the shade Single and apply this lightly to the edges of the purple, just softly blending them into that original transition shade. Grabbing the shade Skip, I'm going to apply this slightly closer to the middle of the eye at an angle. So I'm blending this up into the crease as well. Taking my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, I'm going to carve out the inner corner as well as go to the center of the lid. I'm going to take this shade way up past where my crease is to be able to see the detail when my eyes are fully open. Once you have the general shape down, you can use your finger to pat out the excess concealer. And just continue to work on that shape until you get it to the desired look you want. Now I'm taking the color Skip again, and I'm going to apply that to the edge of where the concealer ends and that purple shade begins. This is going to help blur the edges. Next, I'm going to take the shade 518, which is a nice orange, and I'm going to go right on top of that concealer and the pink and blend the two together. Now I'm going to take the shade B, and I'm going to apply that on the inner corner. Now I plan to go over the edges with concealer one more time to really brighten that inner corner, so I'm not too concerned about the edges at this moment. Switching over to my Morphe 35E palette, I'm grabbing this yellow shimmer shade. It doesn't have a title, but it is a beautiful color, and it is perfect for highlighting this crease. What I like about using shimmers for the crease is that it will actually soften the edges and make them look a little bit more perfect. Now I'm going over the edges again with concealer to brighten the area and really make that yellow shade pop. Now I'm going to take that yellow shade again, and I'm going to apply that onto the concealer into the yellow section of the eye. Now I'm going to grab an orange shimmer from the same palette and apply that over the orange section of the concealer. Dipping back into the James Charles palette, I'm taking the color Artistry and a dab of Escape and blending that over the tail end, which fades into that purple shade. Now I'm going to take the shade Skip and just tap over that pink section of the lid to just bring that color back to the surface. Doing the same with the shade 518. And doing the same with the shade B. Now I'm going to take the shade Escape and Cola and apply that to the very outer corner of the lid. Dipping into the shade Cola again, I'm going to use a flat brush to line the lower lash line. I'm going to pull this color in slightly and detail out the yellow that is on the lower lash line as well. Using a soft, fluffy brush, I'm going to brush away the excess powder from underneath my eyes as well as the rest of my face. I'm going to take the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray and apply this all over the skin and take a beauty blender to press that into the skin, taking away the excess powder. Now I'm taking the Alaimo liquid liner in the shade Brown and just lining my top lid. Now I'm going to take my Ardell lashes in the style 113 and apply these right on the lash line. So you want to get them as close to your natural lashes as possible and make sure your glue is nice and tacky before applying. Now I'm taking my L'Oreal mascara in Lash Paradise This is one of my favorite mascaras, and I'm really focusing on the lower lash line right now because I took that blue shade down so far. I want to make sure my lashes come past that. And now I'm pushing my top lashes into the band of the falsies. Now I'm going to take a little translucent powder and just buff that right underneath the eye to smooth out any texture or any rough edges. Now I'm taking my Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette in the shade Dulce de Leche and contouring and warming up the face. I'm now taking a small detail brush and using this to contour my nose. I'm also going to use this to contour around my lips, giving the illusion that my lips are slightly poutier and larger than they actually are. Now I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics Nude Blush Palette, and I'm taking the bronzing shade and applying that right on top of the bronzer I already put down and leaning more towards the apples of the cheeks. Once I lay the initial color down, I go ahead and take whatever's left on the brush and use that to warm up the rest of my face. I'm then going to take these 3 neutral shade blushes and blend them together to focus more towards the apple of the cheek and pull that up toward the hairline. Now I'm going to take my ColourPop Highlight and Contour Duo, and I'm going to highlight all of the highlighting areas of the face, which would be the cheekbones, the bridge of the nose, the Cupid's bow, and then I like to take a little on the chin as well as right above the brow to give a little bit of highlight. Now I'm going to take a small detail brush and take that same highlight color and apply that to the very inner corner of the eye to give an excess glow to that area. I'm going to take an even smaller brush and apply this right under the brow. I'm going to take my Milani lip liner in the shade 04 All Natural. I'm going to use this to slightly overline and also contour my lip. Now I'm going to take my Milani lip cream in the color Stunning and apply this to the lips. Now I'm going to take my ultra glossy lip from ColourPop in the shade Neat Freak, and I'm going to apply this as my topper. And this is the completed look for the makeup. But stay tuned because I'm now going to show you a quick and easy hairstyle tutorial. Now we're going on day 2 for my hair since I've washed it, so we need to put some life back into it. I always love to start off with my Monat dry shampoo, and you just part the hair and spray at the root. I love this product because it won't dry your scalp, it will nourish your skin, it will also take away any shine and excess oil, and it gives a lot of great texture to your hair as well. Once you've applied it all over, you're going to flip your hair and then you're going to just massage it into the scalp and then flip back over. Now I'm going to take my Monat Tousled Texturing Mist. I'm taking a few squirts and rubbing that all throughout my hair. Now I'm going to section off the hair and start working on the curls. I always love to start at the base and the bottom. This is the easiest place to start. Section off the hair, part it in the center, and then part it again. I'm using my Lange hair straightener at the setting 410 degrees. You always want to curl away from the face when you are curling your hair, and you want to make sure that the hair is laying flat on the barrel and not twisting. This will ensure a nice romantic beachy wave after you curl and comb through them. Now I'm taking my Elnet Satin L'Oreal hairspray and spraying the curls. Now I'm just going to section off the hair again and repeat the process until we get to the top of the head. Once I get to the front portion of the hair, I'm going to part it and separate the sides. I always start from the back and just take the curls, and I pull slightly larger chunks from the top to ensure that they're all going to flow in one direction and they're going to lay properly on the scalp. Notice here that I'm kind of combing with my nails and pulling the curls up and away from the face as I spray. And this is just going to give a little bit more volume and flow to the curl. Now on the side that has slightly less hair because of the part, you'll notice that I break the pieces into smaller sections to give a few extra curls on this side. Grabbing a few more squirts of my texturing mist, I'm going to just run this through the hair and kind of scrunch it a little bit. Now I'm going to grab my Rejuvinique oil and take about 4 drops, rub them in my hand, and rub them through my hair. This will help to give a little bit of shine, take away any excess frizz, and smooth out the curls. There will be a link in the description box for all of the hair care products that I mentioned today. And this is the completed hair look. I really love how this turned out. It just gives a nice flowy curl and wave to the hair. Please let me know what you guys think of this video. I really appreciate you for taking the time to watch it. I hope you learned a few tips and tricks, and I hope you enjoyed watching me create this look. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any video requests, please don't hesitate to leave that in the comment section below. At the end of this video, you will find all of my social media handles, and you can connect with me on all platforms. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this sunset-inspired makeup look.